Hello and welcome to the New Indian Express Online. I'm Bansi Kadapa. With me is a very special family. We have with us Mr. Ajay, we have his wife, Ms. Deepa, and their coach, Mr. Kaushal. Well, this family is so unique that when they had two children who were specially abled, they did not give up hope. They did not fall into the trap of despair, doubt, or discouragement. They instead used it as an opportunity to deal with the challenges that come with it head on. And so, Deepa, the mother, sometimes who had to carry her children who were much bigger than her. So, at some point, she started lifting her children, who were beyond her physical capacity of lifting. So, what she did is she started weightlifting to ensure that she doesn't really stress out. So, what started to help her carry her children really turned into a massive hobby. So, she was visiting the gym and she was trying to lift weights so that she could really deal with the challenges of lifting her children later on. So, well, my first question to you, when did this love with powerlifting, weightlifting start?
The love started first with just weights. I didn't know it was weightlifting, or it is called strength training, just lifting weights and getting stronger. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with getting stronger, the sense of lifting heavy, that basic thing that I am strong. I fell in love with that feeling. Okay. And it also gave me the benefit that I didn't have a backache, I didn't have my knees hurting. Like, as you get older, all those problems start, right? And I was overweight as well. So I didn't have those issues of a backache or an elbow hurting or neck hurting, or I got up wrong, so something went wrong with me. I didn't have any of those issues. So I fell in love with strength training initially. Mm-hmm. Later, I fell in love with lifting weights. Okay. Competing was just incidental. Even today, I tell competing competition is just incidental. I will continue to lift weights for the rest of my life because that is my biggest why. And I also love it. It is never a chore for me. I just love it. Okay.
You're basically someone who worked in the banking sector.
Yes, I was
working. Banking and weightlifting have no place of intersection.
Yes.
They are poles apart. So how did, when you go on the floor there, what do you tell yourself when you lift those very, very heavy weights?
I tell myself, I just think of my children, especially lifting weights there. It is like, I don't want to have weak bones. I want to have a good muscle mass to take care of my children. That is what I tell myself. So there is no other option. The weight better move the way I want it to. Because getting stronger is the only way to do that, to stay strong, yeah.
Okay. And in South Africa, when your wife had an incident where, she was measured to be a few grams higher, more than her, you were freaking out.
Oh, yes. Bansi.
So, can you tell us about that experience?
Yep. So, Deepa calls me from South Africa. I've been trying to monitor. I'm looking at the YouTube link that she shared and all that, and really anticipating seeing her there. And I get the call from Deepa stating that she's probably not going to even qualify to compete, and she was just gone all berserk. She's a very responsible person, extremely accountable, and her first sense was that, hey, I've actually come here being sponsored by so many people and their kindness, and here I am, 100 grams more and not in a position to compete. I know that if I am given a chance, I probably will win at least one medal, but today I think I don't stand the chance.
So what were the things you were, suggesting to lose that 100 grams weight or 50 grams weight or whatever?
So firstly, I started asking her if the scale that she checked herself on was the official scale, or was it from the hotel? And she got back, she snapped at me and cut the line stating that I'm not helping because she's obviously applied her mind and all that. Okay. And so I had to tell myself that I need to get back on a call with her because I don't even have numbers of anyone traveling with her. And I don't want her to do anything crazy because the stress can be intense at that particular moment.
Because
And
the time between your weighing and your event
You
is
have-
just about an hour or two.
That's right, hour and a half at the maximum, of which she probably would have exhausted about 20-25 minutes already. So she's probably left with another hour to figure out the solution. So this time I had to really measure my words, and so I called her back again. And this time I asked her as to what could be the solution. So she told me that it was a sauna that could help, but unfortunately the building, the facility, which is the Marriott hotel there, did not have a spa with the sauna. So the one thing that I could think of is to actually encourage her to go to the reception desk, ask them as to where the nearest sauna is, and probably just head there, no matter what it costed. I actually told her, because South Africa is not necessarily a very safe place at this moment. So I requested her to actually take a...
As a single woman going
As a
in.
single woman, I actually advised her to go take a cab from the hotel, go over to the place and get the job done. But she was probably conscious, and so she took an Uber instead of actually, because Marriott, you don't know what they charge. So she took an Uber, she went over, and I kept calling her. She's like, I have reached the spa, now don't call me for 20 minutes, I'm not going to be accessible. And then, I heard...
Okay, so what really happened to you, in those, moments when they said you are 100 grams overweight? And
Actually, they didn't say. I just happened to reach the venue half an hour early.
Okay.
What was the official weighing scale? That room was empty. There was nobody there.
Okay.
So I just went in, locked the door. We were supposed to take off the clothes and check, and that's what I. So I knew whatever weight was there was the weight that it's going to show.
okay.
So
So what was your reaction when you freaked out?
it was, more than panic, it was a sense of, as he said, that I felt, how can I show myself as irresponsible? I can't show my face, that I couldn't compete. That was the biggest thing in my head, that people have contributed to my journey. I have done fundraising. I have found some sponsors. How can I not forget getting a medal? I can explain coming 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever. That is not up to me. It depends upon other competitors. How can I not even be there lifting? So it was my mental stress was through the roof at that point. Since he's an extremely calm person, when I was talking, he was not at all agitated when I was talking to him. That's what his solutions was like. I was like, forget it, you don't know what you're talking about. And
Okay, so what solutions did you consider?
One was sauna, because sauna was something I was familiar with. Another was we do something called a spitting, where whatever saliva is there, we chew a candy or something, whatever saliva comes, we don't swallow it, we spit it into a bottle. So one of my other friends, Saini, it was him and her that I was talking to. She said, why don't you do that? But spitting is something...
So it helps you to reduce...
Yeah, it takes out the fluid from the body. That, like how sauna, we sweat and take out. Spitting is, again, whatever fluid in the body you take out, because we are not, when we suck out a candy, whatever saliva comes, you're not swallowing it, right? You're spitting out. You're generating whatever is there in your body and taking out. And 100 grams was not a big deal. It was not like 500 grams.
Yeah.
So that was also one of the options. But since I had never done that before, I was not confident of it. So I was like, immediately he was talking sauna. He didn't know anything about spitting. So maybe that's why he never suggested it. So sauna was on the top of my head. I was like, chalo, let's just I will find a sauna and...
Okay. Now, all this weightlifting and powerlifting, how has it really helped you to be a better mother to your children?
One, as I said, I don't have any aches and pains. I'm going to be 46 in December.
Okay. Aches and pains meaning, do you need to lift them physically?
My elder one, he is very dependent. I have to give him bath, and sometimes he sits off on the floor. I really have to give him a lot of support, like bend and give him...
Virtually lift him, pick him up.
Yes. I need to... And a lot of weight falls on me.
Okay.
Sometimes the way the body he holds it, a lot of weight does fall on me. So, and he's very tall. So I think only one person is shorter and some heavier is taller, you will realize the difference, because weight is falling on me like that.
All right.
So I don't have any issue doing that. It has never been a problem for me because of weightlifting. I've never had any catches or anything, by God's grace. I've never got injured doing anything, by God's grace. That is the main thing. Second is how has that helped me is because I'm a happier person because I have found something I can do for myself that I love. So I have found a community in powerlifting who also are in the same journey. So that friendship and it's a community that I have found whom I can talk to on the same lines. Because he is not a powerlifter, so many things if I tell him, I really don't think he understands when I say, today I got a personal best. He'll be like, oh yeah, great. But a powerlifter would actually understand what it means, right?
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal, that today it moved very well, that way. So I have found a community, so I'm a happier person. I'm sure I'm a better mom because of it. Because it is a very long journey as children with special needs we go through. The joy of raising children is very different when we have children with special needs, right? So any small thing that they do, it is, in a normal scheme of things, those are very small. But so the things that give us joy are very different compared to a normal childhood. For example, when a child comes first in class, you would be very happy, right? Here, a child is eating by himself, we feel very happy, right?
Your threshold of happiness
yes.
is
So since we live in a normal world, neurotypical world, we had to have a lot of adjustment in what brings us joy, right? So that adjustment itself is difficult, but we have, by God's grace, we have found joy. The children are extremely sweet-tempered. They don't throw tantrums, so they have brought a joy into our lives. But this powerlifting has made me be more thankful. Made me realize what I'm also worth, that I'm not just a mom. And a self-confidence, the self-esteem of myself is so high that I can be more patient with them and more giving. Because sometimes it does get frustrating. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It does get frustrating being a parent.
You have these thoughts of why me, then you have that anger.
No, we never had that anger because we believe it is for a purpose. We are yet to discover that purpose. We are blessed with 2 children with special needs. I'm sure God will reveal to us why it is, because people can get 1, but we have 2. So, no, we never had that anger, frustration, and things like that. That's what we had to do, a lot of thinking in our own head of what we can expect from that we had to do those adjustments. But God has been very kind, that we have joy in the house always.
Okay, and you have a coach who is available to you on call 24/7.
Yeah.
So how does that help, Mr. Coach?
I try my best.
Because you have, actually pushed a lot of people on the world stage.
Yeah. So I think I'm very grateful to be in the position that I'm in right now, where I've had the opportunity to work with some of the best lifters in the country.
Like?
I've coached the 59 kg lifter in the weight class to national record and Asian gold. I've coached a 74 kg lifter who's set an Asian record and come second at Asians. I've had a 93 kg lifter who's won national set records and then gone on to compete at Worlds. I have coached, I think 3 strongman titles in total. And then I have coached, in the past I've coached the 105 champion and another 93 kg champion. So, and then now there's her who's at 69 in women. I have another person at 76.
Does it really surprise you or shock you that someone of her age is competing with someone who is half her age?
Yeah, for sure. I think not just the fact that she's competing with someone half her age, but also the fact that she's not been in this for a long time. Usually the people who find success are people who've been 5 to 10 years, that time period, give or take. And then you see people, either they continue after that or life happens to them, whatever. But for her, it's only been just around 2 years. 2 years getting into this.
She's doing so well.
And she's already doing so well. I mean, considering that she's going to be 46 this year, and then she's competing with people pretty much half her age, and she's still giving them a run for their money is something that's actually very inspirational and winning. Yeah. I mean, not just about giving a run. That's what I'm saying. She's setting national records, against people who are half her age, along with the responsibilities that she has. And I've seen a lot of stories, but this is her thing is like a genuine, like it's not easy to do.
Yeah, 1 in a million.
Yeah, it's actually not easy to do. I didn't know about this so much, and then once I found out, it was even more impressive for me. Even, even though I've coached so many people to like represent at the national level and then go on to represent the country at Asians and Worlds. It's just, I think this one is a little more special because of the background that she comes from, and the fact that, I would say like a lot of people would just give up. A lot of people would just be like, as you were saying, that anger, that why me kind of
Why
that she
me,
doesn't
yeah.
have that. That itself, in itself, both the parents don't have that. That in itself, I think, is very admirable because most people don't have that mindset towards difficulties.
Yeah.
That shows a lot of mental resilience. It shows a very positive outlook on life. That whatever life throws at you, you're still coming out on the better end. And I think that's the major reason why she's a good athlete, because she's had that inbuilt from before, and she was able to use that and get something out of this that she automatically fell in love with, and create an image, or like not an image, but she was able to carve an identity for herself, more than what she's been for the last 20 years of just being a mother, as she was saying. And a little bit, if you want to talk about the science part also, like as she was saying, like because of her strength training, it also gives her the ability to have stronger bone density, have stronger muscle mass, get stronger as a woman. It's even more important for women actually, that as they get older, they get into things like this, because they do not have the physical capabilities naturally that a man has. So they kind of have to work a little more to be able to get there. And she's done a fantastic job, as you can see. I don't like this. I don't know like what. There's not enough words I can say because of the difficulties that she's faced, and she still comes out on top. That's very hard.
Okay. Now I'd like to ask you, for all those watching, in one line or two lines, if you can tell them and give them hope that having a child with special needs is not the end of the world. So what would you like to really tell them? Because in the flesh you have proved it. It's not a thought. It's not an advice. In the flesh you have proved it by doing it. So can you actually tell them?
Having children with special needs, it's definitely not something to despair over, because they bring joy, immaterial of whatever they are. As I tell about my children, they're closest to God. So we just have to look at them that way. And as I told already, we have to be realistic of our expectations. We have to, because we are conditioned to expect a lot of things, right? So we have to first of all dial in our expectation and see them as the pure souls they are. And they will bring joy. They always bring joy because they are closest to God. And please start strength training is what I want to say, because we all need it. We all are in it for the long haul as parents with children of special needs, whether man or woman. Please start lifting weights, because the children need us, and we need us to be strong. That's what I would say.
Okay. Papa, would you like to say something?
Yeah. Firstly, like Deepa said, actually, between me and Deepa, we look at Adi and Ashish as two boys who have come into our life with a guest permit and not a work permit. So, and they pay us amply by their love and smile and joy. And I must say that when I go every day, when I come back after work, tired, the moment Deepa opens the door and I see the boys look at me and give me a smile, I get recharged completely. That's so genuine, because I don't see my children holding phones. I don't see them in their separate worlds. They're always connected to us, and it's just an amazing feeling. And they're so compliant, happy all the time. So one thing I can see is that it's probably the attitude with which we parents have taken these children, that they are reflecting that attitude back with their compliance and the way they go about things. So I think if as parents we could really come to terms with this whole idea, we'll be in a better space.
So there it is. This amazing couple, they say that love and respect is like the foundation of any family. And here is a family with abundance of love and respect. and how they've connected with each other, how they've connected with their children, and how they've connected with their challenges to win in spite of such burdensome challenges. This is really something very satisfying and very happy. So, thank you for watching.